These monies were neither owed nor due to the city or the county. So we are spending a lot of time talking about what we didn't get. We're spending very little time on the fact that we received record-breaking appropriation amounts over these last two legislative sessions.
Palm Coast Mayor David Alfin on the governor's budget vetoes that impacted Flagler County. Darryl Moody has more on our top story.
Mayor Alfin says the governor's vetoes signal a pattern.
We were not in any way singled out as a county or a city, but there was an actual message from the governor to our cities and to our county that you folks need to take care of your own infrastructures. There are grant opportunities with large buckets of funding that's available if you get behind or you need help.
Alfin says the state wants to see a return on money invested in the region, pointing out some critical infrastructure projects were funded.
So if you look at a multi-billion-dollar economic development impact because of new transportation availability on the geography west of Palm Coast, that would be a significant ROI for the state, for the region, because that's going to spur up all kinds of new jobs, new business, and all the things that we complain that we don't usually have.
The budget cuts leave Flagler County with more than $100 million in unfunded appropriations, forcing cities like Palm Coast in search of grants and other revenue sources.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, June 24th. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office is now implementing rapid DNA at the jail.
Rapid DNA analysis is a fully automated process of developing a DNA profile from a mouth swab. Rapid DNA takes a qualifying arrestee's DNA profile and automatically enters it during the booking process. The arrestee's DNA sample is then searched against all unsolved crimes within 24 hours. No human laboratory scientist is needed. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
This is a test pilot program only in 11 counties in Florida, which allows us to take qualifying suspects that have been arrested, take their DNA, put it in a rapid DNA machine, and see if they are a suspect in an unsolved crime because they left their DNA at a crime scene anywhere in the country.
This new technology will be a significant game changer when it comes to solving crimes more quickly and catching offenders that have not been arrested but their DNA was left at a serious crime scene. Having this will ensure that serious offenders are not released back onto the street where they can commit more crimes and harm innocent individuals.
So my warning to suspects, if you have committed a serious crime anywhere, don't come to Flagler County and get arrested for even a minor crime, because we're going to catch you and help out another agency, hold you accountable for whatever serious crime you committed in their jurisdiction.
Sheriff Staley also thanks Florida House Speaker Paul Renner for working with the Florida Sheriff on funding this pilot program. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Flagler County has a new weapon to fight mosquitoes.
Mike Martin is the chair of the board of the Flagler Mosquito Control District. He said on WNZF recently that the county has a new helicopter for spraying the perky pests.
Airbus H-125, because it is the most common helicopter used for aerial spraying. That means that there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of parts available, and they should continue to manufacture them.
Martin says the mechanic who works for Flagler County's already worked on the H-125 and is already certified to work on it. Listen to all your favorite programs here on WNZF or anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, why a new helicopter? From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Chronic wasting disease is a contagious disease of the brain and central nervous system that is always fatal to deer, elk, moose, and caribou.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission is asking hunters, taxidermists, and meat processors to join the fight against chronic wasting disease.
Lauren Clairbout with the FWC says they don't know how many Florida deer have contracted CWD, but the disease has been found in 34 states.
The FWC found Florida's first case of CWD in June 2023, and since then, no other positive cases have been detected in Florida.
Clairbout says infected deer can take up to 2 years before showing signs of the disease.
Typically, clinical symptoms of CWD are characterized by extreme weight loss and abnormal behaviors. such as drowsiness, lowering of the head, inattentiveness towards people, walking in circles, staggering, and standing with a wide stance.
The FWC needs your help.
Hunters play a huge role in helping us collect samples by submitting deer heads for testing during the hunting season. Meat processors and taxidermists can also apply to partner with us to collect and submit samples for testing. And then members of the public can help by reporting sick, abnormally thin deer or deer dead from unknown causes to the CWD hotline at 866-CWD-WATCH.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
With a 3-0 series lead, the Florida Panthers needed just one win to hoist their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. Edmonton won Game 4 8-1 and Game 5 5-3 to bring the series back to Alberta Friday night. There, the Oilers tied the series at 3 with a 5-1 win, forcing tonight's Game 7. Oilers coach Chris Knobloch.
It's nice to be around this team because I think they're having the time of their lives right now.
There's a lot of history for Knobloch's team to make tonight. No team has overcome a 3-0 deficit in a cup final in 82 years. The Oilers haven't won a title in 34 years, and it's been 31 since a Canadian team has called Lord Stanley's Cup their own. Florida center Carter Verhaeghe is staying positive.
Anytime you lose a game, it's tough, and I think we're pretty positive. I mean, we're going home to play Game 7 for the Stanley Cup final.
Puck drop is at 8 in Sunrise. The Tampa Bay Rays wrapped up their 9-game road trip in Pittsburgh yesterday, looking for their 5th win in 6 games. In the top of the first, Yandy Diaz extended his hitting streak to 16 games.
Paul Skeens faces the Rays for the first time. And Diaz hits it to the right field corner, off the foul pole, 1-0 Rays. And that's how you start a Sunday.
Diaz went 3 for 4 on the day in the 3-1 victory. Kevin Kelly picked up his 2nd win of the season. The Rays come home to face Seattle tonight. The Mariners were in Miami yesterday, closing out their tilt with the Marlins. Up 1-0 in the first, Nick Gordon stepped up.
Gordon, fly ball right field, hit deep and gone! A 3-run homer, Nick Gordon.
Home run number 7 for Gordon makes it 4-0. Miami holds off a late Seattle rally to win 6-4. The Marlins have won 4 of 5 and are off to Kansas City tonight. On Friday, Matanzas High School announced the hiring of Dennis Kitko as wrestling coach. Kitko is a 5-time national champion, a 3-time state champion, and competed for the U.S. national team. Kitko previously coached in the Tampa area and overseas. He'll officially join the school in August. WNZF is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.